Taiko is a lot of different things to a lot of different people, I think. Certainly there's strong roots in Japanese culture and Japanese American culture.
They used them in the military, they used them in sort of court ceremonies and religious ceremonies, but one of the main uses for taiko was in festivals, because before you had amps and all of that stuff and MP3 players, all music was live music. And to get music that was loud enough for everybody in the village or everybody in the neighborhood to hear, it had to be really, really brash and loud and powerful, and taiko served that purpose. There are a lot of different kinds of drums, but generally you could consolidate it down to two. There are the drums where the hide is attached with tacks, byodaiko, and then there are drums where the hide is sort of strapped on, attached to an iron ring, and then the iron rings are sort of stretched with rope or maybe bolt. Those are called shimedaiko. Most of what we use, the chudaiko, are byodaiko. The hide is attached with the tacks, and those drums can tend to get very, very big. A lot of the ones we have are about barrel size because they're literally made out of barrels.
So taiko drumming, the way that you see it today, really starts in the 1950s. Oh, very nice. Don't rush. Before that time, taiko drums were really just background instruments. And in the 1950s, people are getting together in Japan to put the taiko front and center.
太鼓に最初に出会った時、日本人じゃない人が太鼓をやっていて、本当にそれが逆にカルチャーショックで、どうして日本人の私が太鼓をやってないんだろうって本当にその時びっくりしました。そしてそのリバーシティ太鼓の舞台を見た時にすぐに私もこれは私が一生かけてやりたいことだなって思いました。
Ever since I was young, I was interested in the Japanese cultures, and then to take part in the performance part of the Japanese culture is very thrilling, actually, because it really instilled a lot of confidence in me as well. Because taiko is very expressive and explosive, and that's what I really like about taiko.
When I started to play drums, wadaiko, I felt really Japanese music, although I was not interested before, but playing wadaiko, I can sense that being an identity of being Japanese.
I think a lot of third generation Japanese Americans were looking for a sense of pride in identity, particularly their parents being in the camps and being very toned down about being Japanese, not wanting to bring attention to Japaneseness. And so third generation really changed that. This is the generation that's coming of age in the late 60s and in the 70s. And they latch onto taiko as an art form that is bombastic, but joyful, of being loud but welcoming, and presenting a different picture of what Asian Americans can be. And now today, across North America, you see over 400 groups. Kodo, 2, do, ko, kodo, 3, and then go. 2. Taiko drumming is a combination of movements. It's the choreography. It's the booming sound that you feel in your ribs. It's the sense of community, which is so strong and so welcoming. All those elements are just really fantastic about taiko drumming.
Taiko is, although it's only just basically rhythm, but you really express yourself from your mind and heart, and that's what I like it.
It's a meditation to me too. The vibration that taiko gives me, it's a great meditation. It always, calm me down. But at the same time, it's a performing art, so it gives me a great excitement.
Taiko drumming as music is not all of that complicated.
Frequently, when River City Taiko does a performance, at the end, if there's time, we do a brief little workshop where we just let people, they get a pair of bachi, the drumsticks, we let them hold them, hit the drum, try out the drum for themselves, and we frequently play a little game of copycat, where I teach them a little bit of kushushoa, which is a verbal notation that we use for where to strike the drum and whether you're using your right hand or your left hand. So like don, kon, kat, ta. Don, kon is right, left on the center of the drum, the hide, and kat, ta is right, left hand on the rim of the drum, the fuchi. It's great physically. It's a really good workout. It's also good mentally because you're learning new songs that you've never heard before, so it's a mental challenge. It's also really good socially because you're playing with an ensemble. You're collaborating with other people to create something beautiful and making friends. And I feel like that's what most of the art we engage in should be about.